everyone, it's us again. I know you recognize who we are. For the Rabbi's Weekly Words of Wisdom, we have a new scenery, new day. It's Sunday morning because the days are too short for our film producer to successfully film us. So we're changing the whole environment, and for positiveness also, and to say that change is coming, good things are coming. We continue to pray to Hashem, and just to tell all of you in San Francisco, in Seattle, in London, and in Israel, to all our family, our children in Los Angeles, that we love all of you and we're thinking about you all the time. And here's the Rabbi.
Shalom, shalom. It's nice again to be able to speak on the parasha of this coming week. This coming Shabbat is going to be Perashat Re'eh after Lech Lecha, and there is a big connection. Yes, we just finished Shabbat. Today is Sunday, and it's very interesting that the parasha it's another incident that happened to Abraham and Sarah, the same as the beginning of Perashat Lecha. Perashat Lecha was a little bit more convoluted and more difficult when they had to leave Eretz Israel, Canaan, and go to Egypt because of a famine. Now in this case, it was that they live in Canaan. This is the land that they were going to inherit. And again, Abraham with Sarah, they are visiting Gerar, and as they go to Gerar, again, he tells that his sister, in a way, not his wife, and so King Avimelech sees her, Sarah, and takes her to his palace. And you know what? Can you imagine? She was at that time nearly 89 years old, and she must have been so beautiful. This is what our rabbis tell us. That's why he said at the very beginning of Lech Lecha, Imrina Chotiat, wherever we go, please, better say that you are my sister instead of my wife, because otherwise I am in trouble. You are going to do me a favor. That way people are not going to take much notice of me, and they are not going to try to to kill me. And the same thing here happened with Avimelech. Avimelech takes Sarah to his harem, and but God comes to him into a dream, and he said, "Don't you dare touch her, because she is the wife of a prophet, and is the wife of Abraham." And he said, "Well, I didn't know anything." So what happened is, in consternation, he goes and he speaks with Abraham. He said, "Why didn't you tell me it's your wife?" and so on. I wouldn't have touched her. I am clean. I would have been clean. I would never have touched her. And this is what he tells God. And God said, "I know that you innocently you are, but not so innocent that you say benikayon kapai, with pure hand. No, because it might have been, if not that I stopped you, you might have really do it just the same, even if you knew that it was his wife." So anyway, interesting that immediately after that he sent them with a present and with so many things, and Abraham is even and Sarah become even more enriched. Anyway, and so they are on their way. So what happened? Afterwards, she conceives, Sarah conceives, and she has Isaac later on. And our rabbi said these two incidents are connected. The fact that Abraham had merits by praying for Avimelech, the merit of him praying for Avimelech is exactly what resulted in Sarah becoming pregnant and having Isaac. And the question is simple. Abraham had so many merits. In fact, he started monotheism. And secondly, his hospitality, his goodness, he was so incredible. And also he was being tested 10 times, one test even more difficult than the other, and he stood in all of them. So he had a lot of merit. Why do the rabbis say that the merit of praying for Avimelech is what stood for her to become pregnant and conceive, because she was sterile all the time? So we have to understand, to answer this, we have to understand that really Abraham was 99-year-old and she was 89. They desperately wanted to have a child so that the fulfillment of God's promise to become a great nation should be realized. So anybody in place of Abraham would have been excused if, for example, when God punished Avimelech and all his household by not being able to conceive, because that was the punishment, and then later when he prayed, they were able to conceive. So anybody would be excused to say, Avimelech, why should I worry about him? I have my own problem with my wife. She is barrenness. Why should I worry about the barrenness of Avimelech? But Abraham, the selflessness of Abraham is a different personality. He, even at the risk of his own praying for himself, he prayed for others, and therefore he had the merit. Because of that, that was the merit that stood for Abraham. The fact that he sacrificed, he didn't care about himself. First, he cared about other people. That was the nature of Abraham and Sarah. And so it's very, very important that what the Torah is telling us is that when you pray for other people, you are going to be answered first. This is what our rabbis tell us. Kol ha-mitpalel al chavero ne'enahu rishon. He is answered first. And so therefore, we should never be selfish and thinking that, I have to think about myself only. No, you pray for others and God is going to answer you. So what I would think the best advice is, if you have a problem and you think you are going to need prayer, find somebody who has the same problem and pray for them, and you will see the merit that's going to accumulate, that is going to be for you, for your own good, and you will be answered first. Shabbat Shalom.
Bye.